So how do you see someone else? And I think this is kind of like the first step in identifying like brand. So when you go on someone's Instagram page, like, do you like how it looks? Would you hang out with that person that you're following? Does that person speak to you in a way that you understand, that you can relate to? Because I know I'm super quick to unfollow someone if they post something. I'm like, oh God, I don't like that. Or I don't like the way they said that. And unfortunately, it's the same with us. You know, if you say the wrong thing, someone might unfollow you. If you say something off of your ever content. So who is your audience, right? Who's your niche? Who's your target market, your tribe? Since if you see my Instagram, it's a lot who live country, rural areas. It's just not going to know how to, and that's your target market, like as a person. And Carolyn has done the avatar training, or whoever your upline is. I'm sure you've done the avatar training to figure this out. But I just think it really helps to build like strong content when you know the person you're talking to. Like, what are their challenges? What are their frustrations? Excuse me, but also what are their desires? What are their aspirations? What are their dreams? And then also, what is at the heart and soul of your business? What are you representing? So all of this is kind of like, seems like a tangled web, but it all comes together for you to build your brand and who you are. So moving on, your mission statement, which comes from what you want to do. Now, if you don't have a mission statement, like stop, drop, and roll right now and figure it out, because you cannot build your brand. You can't build strong content if you don't even know what you're doing. So if you are new to the mission statement, I'm going to help you out with it. And it is, I help X with Y so they can Z. So who are you helping? What are you helping them with, and why? So I have some awesome examples. Don't steal them because they are already someone else's mission statement. But just an example, like, what the hell are you all about? What are you trying to do? I help moms lose weight. Boring. No, that doesn't even make sense. I help zombie moms ditch the belly weight and the mommy guilt. Okay, now I know who you're talking to, right? I help people get fit and healthy. Boring. I don't even know what you're talking about. What does fit and healthy mean? Because like I said, Instagram, guys, is super oversaturated. Everyone is saying, get fit, get healthy. But what, like in 2017, what does that mean to be fit and healthy? Like, I have a gym membership I never used. I'm fit and healthy, I guess, right? So you have to be super specific in who you want to help. I help women who've strayed from their inner athlete to find their fitness groove. Okay, cool. You're talking to me, right? I'm an ex-athlete and I've kind of fallen out of my game. Now I know who you're talking to. Or I help women gain more confidence. Okay, but like, someone may not reach out to you because they're not going to want to admit that they're not confident, right? I help millennials break free from their self-limiting beliefs so they can step forward as leaders. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. I'm a millennial. I work a 9-to-5 job and I want to, go forward in my position, but I'm not sure I can do that. But you seem like you can help me with that. So that's an example of like mission statements that are kind of not as clear, like they're on the right track, but they're a little fuzzy. And then if you want to like buzz through and be cool cat on the bottom who is reaching out to people and actually have like a clear mission statement, you just want to get a little bit more like fine-tuned with the people that you're helping. All right, so do you feel me? Everything that you create with your brand, you want that to align with your mission and your purpose. Because that's, again, when we like lose followers, when all of a sudden we go on like a posting rampage about something, like if I decided to post about Target like 5 days in a row, which I would love to do and I try not to do, but people would probably unfollow me for that. So you want to think that everything that you're posting is, again, aligned with kind of what we said before, the target market, that mission statement. And then how do you want your audience to feel? Like when they come to your Instagram page, like what does your brand mean to your audience? Like, I know when people come to my page, I want them to feel like relaxed. I want them to feel like, okay, it's okay. I can do this. You know, I want them to feel inspired. So what sort of feeling do you want to give people when they come to your page? And think, like, if it's hard to like vision this like online, think of a store. Like, how do you feel when you go into your favorite Starbucks, or when your favorite Starbucks, like the line is so long and you have to go to the one you hate? They're both the same store, right? But one gives you a better feeling than the other. Maybe they know your name, maybe they spell your name right, maybe the other one spells your name wrong and you don't want to go there. So just things to think about, that your brand is also a feeling. So it's visual, but also people are going to relate to you on a deeper level than that. And then also really important, and this is kind of where Lauren kicked me in the butt a little, what is your bio telling your audience? Now, I think my bio before, I wish I saved it, Lauren. It was like, I love glitter and like fashion and eating, like something like that. And my feed had nothing to do with that. And I was like, Lauren, can't you see? She was like, no. So you want to make sure that your bio is giving people a clear like snapshot of what they're getting before they hop onto your page. So think of it as like the mannequin in the store, like you see what you're going to get, or just kind of like your storefront. So, excuse me, whatever you're telling people in your bio, and this is kind of like the rule of thumb I've been using. Oh my goodness, excuse me guys, I'm burping. This is kind of the rule of thumb that I've been using the last few months, is that if my top like 3 rows don't have anything to do with all of the things in my bio, then I know I'm off track. So I'll say that again. If my top 3 rows are not, the pictures are not related to anything in my bio, then I know I'm like off of my brand. So I think that's kind of just a good rule of thumb when you're creating content. Like, does this make sense to what I'm telling people? You know, like Carolyn is great. Like, she talks about the beach and her dogs, and you like cannot go a picture without seeing a picture of her a beach or her dog, which is perfect. So just be mindful of what you're telling people they're going to get when they come to your page. So next is communication. So in your posts, people need to know exactly, that you need to know exactly what you want people to know, how you want them to feel, what we talked about before, and what's the value that you're giving them in that post, and what action do you want them to take. So this doesn't always have to be, every single post does not have to be an action, but do you want them to tag a friend? Do you want them to share it? Do you want them to repost, like it, you know, message me, whatever it might be. You know, if you're giving advice or like a motivational quote, it's kind of hard to like do an action after that. But definitely if you're doing like a workout or a recipe or something like that, try and give your followers some sort of action to take, something to do, because also that's going to boost engagement on your post when people are liking and commenting. Okay, wait, I'm going to check. I see some chats here. Did I miss anything? Focusing on Instagram. Yes, Alicia, I am focusing on Instagram. And as Nicole said, yes, this definitely carries over to Facebook, but this is mostly Instagram based. Sorry, I missed that. Okay, gut check. Are you using Beachbody as your brand and leading with the product, or are you the face of your brand and you're sharing your day-to-day life and then how Beachbody has helped you? So my goal, like, I want to be super mysterious. When people come to my page, I don't even want them to know I'm a Beachbody coach. And that's not because I'm not proud to be a Beachbody coach. I want to create curiosity. I want people to reach out to me and say, what are you doing? What's this workout you're doing? What's that shake you're drinking? Okay, what's this like team you're talking about, right? If you're flat out like all the time, Beachbody this, here's this Beachbody program I did, here's this Shakeology I'm drinking. Well, you're telling people everything that they need to know, and they're just going to Google it and go away. So you want to create some sort of curiosity behind the brand, like, oh, who is this person? What is she talking about? What is she posting? Where is she? You know, so I want you guys to think and, you know, take like a look at some of your posts and see, were you leading with Beachbody, or were you leading with yourself? Because you are the brand, it's you. And then Beachbody are the people. Beachbody is what is helping you to live the life that you're living, right? You're energized, you're full because of Shakeology. So post a picture of you like doing 10,000 chores or coming home from work and getting your workout in, and post the benefits of why you're doing what you're doing, rather than leading with, you know, Shakeology or leading with Beachbody. Okay, and then next with branding is your design, expressing yourself. So how are you going to engage your audience with your brand? And then also super important for this, how are you going to give back to your audience? Because Instagram is like a relationship, kind of. So when people are commenting on your stuff, you want to thank them. You want to like their comment. If people are messaging you, definitely message them back. But how are you giving back to your audience? How are you engaging them? Are you doing giveaways? Are you giving them advice? Are you giving them recipes? Or are you just talking about yourself all the time? So, I mean, that's something I realized I was doing. I was just talking about, oh, I love this workout. I love this recipe. I love what I'm doing today. And like, it wasn't providing any sort of value for my followers. And I realized like my followers was not that it's about gaining followers, but I want to grow my business, right? And you want more people to see what you're doing. And that was kind of stagnant. It was just like plateaued. And I'm like, okay, I'm just talking about myself. So how are you going to engage your audience? So that comes with style. What do you look like on a day-to-day basis? And it doesn't have to be anything flashy, but the way you are daily, like that's your style. So own it and rock it. Like if you're someone who's in pajamas all the time, girl, that's your style. Like wear your pajamas and hashtag like pajama tribe. And I'm sure you will find a bunch of people who only like to wear pajamas. If you're someone who likes to wear heels and dress up, own that. I think a big mistake that I made when trying to figure out my brand was posting what I thought other people wanted to see rather than like really who I was. You know, like I love brunch. I love going out in the city. I love hanging out with my friends. And now I think that shows. So don't be afraid to show your style, no matter what you think other people might think it is. Like that is you. So show off your style. And then what language do you use? What slang do you use? What sort of analogies do you use? Because what you use, you're going to find that's your brand. You're going to find people who use that too. I remember when I first started coaching, and one of Carolyn, your scripts were, I think you use like butt hurt. And I was like, what is that? Like I literally never heard that in my life ever. I still don't understand what it means. I'm going to be honest, but I don't use it because it's not something like it's an analogy or slang or whatever. I don't use it because I don't understand what it means. So, but if that is you, then use it, because obviously there are people who knows what that means and will understand that. So if you have like weird sayings that you use or that your family uses, that you use with your friends, definitely use that, because that's going to build your tribe. That's going to build your brand. Like I love to say work, like WERK instead of work. Like I think that's funny. Some people might think it's stupid or annoying, but again, then you're not my tribe. That's not my brand, and I'm not worried about it. Oh, and then sorry, the colors and fonts, guys. Instagram basically has allowed you to do like free advertising with Instagram stories. It's amazing. So use Instagram stories also like as an extension of your brand. Like you can use a ton of colors in there, different fonts. You can use different backgrounds. So get playful with it, but keep it consistent with your brand. So if you've ever seen my story, like I love to do glitter backgrounds. I was trying to put that into my page, and I realized while I love glitter, I don't wear it like on the daily. That would be a little excessive for my job. But I get to show that through my Instagram story. So whatever you love, like I also love animal print, like whatever you love, use that in your story, because that's just like a little extension of who you are. So here are some tips that I wanted to give you all to kind of find your brand. If you don't know already, or if you want some more help with it. So mood boards, I would recommend like looking at your Pinterest if you have one, or if you don't have one, starting a Pinterest and just looking at the things that you've already pinned. Because without knowing it, you are pinning things that are kind of just unique to you, right? You don't like save anything. You will scroll until you find that outfit that you like, right? Or you will scroll until you find that recipe that you like, that like only you will cook because it takes 25 minutes and not an hour, or whatever it might be. Pinterest is super specific. So take a look at your Pinterest and to kind of get a feel of what you're all about if you're having a hard time thinking about it. Also, I would recommend like doing a massive brain dump. And I did this with Nicole, and I was like,